Hi, first we're going to open Photoshop. Now Photoshop is located in all programs, and then you're looking for Adobe, and you're looking for Adobe Creative Suite 5. You've got a lot to choose from in there. You're looking for the blue icon, and we're going to use Adobe Photoshop CS5 64-bit. If you don't have that, if you just have the one icon for Photoshop, that's fine, just open that up. Now the first thing we're going to use is an image to play with, so in our lesson 1 folder we're going to locate a JPEG from Waiaki Beach, so File, Open, and you need to locate the Photoshop tutorial folder, open that up, and in there we have Waiaki JPEG. Now the first thing I want to show you is how to find out information about the photograph, particularly useful if you want to put it on the net and tag it with information so you can locate it at a later date. So we're going File, File, Info. There's a shortcut there, Alt, Shift, Control and I. Now once we're here, we've got an awful lot of information we can enter or we can use. You've got a description, which you can enter your information in here. And probably most useful of all, we have the camera data there as well. It's not just the tags you can see, or the tabs rather, you can scroll through here and you can add or work with any of that information there. Okay, right. Now we're going to look at some very basic things that Photoshop can do. We're going to look at playing with the colour. So we're going to go Image, Adjustments, and you may have an image that you want to play around with the colour. This one's not too bad actually, but we're going to go to Colour Balance. You've got a shortcut there, Control and B, and you get this window here. Now do check that the preview's checked. If that's not checked, you can't see what you're doing, so do check in this preview here that you have a tick in there. Now also on Tone Balance you have shadows, which would be the darker areas on your photograph, mid-tones obviously your mid-range, and the highlights will be the lighter end of the picture. I would suggest you preserve the luminosity because that gives it more depth. So I'm going to start with the highlights. I'm just going to move this to the side, and I'm doing that with the mouse. I quite like a blue image, so I'm going to increase the highlights. I'm going to increase the blue there. Possibly a little more purple rather than green, and you can slide from one area to the other and just see the difference that that makes. And then I'm going to play with the mid-tones. This is purely personal preference. And perhaps a little more yellow. So you can see there that as I'm changing the sliders, the image is changing quite drastically, and I'm working with the colours and the colour balance. And again, the shadows, we'll just take that. That way. You can improve the... I don't want the water to look green, so... And click OK, and that image will be changed. Now I can also play around with the image again, adjustments, and I've got the hue, saturation. Again, another shortcut, Control U. And quite similarly, I can change the hue on that picture, and I can always recolor that picture entirely just by playing around with the hues and the saturation. Okay, so there we go. Quick demonstration for you just to recap. image, adjustments. Once you've got that second menu, we're looking at hue saturation, Control U, and color balance, Control B.